Fashion designer KidSuper's clothes have been worn by everyone from Young Thug to Joey Bada. Over the years, the super kid has become an expert at his craft and he's only getting started.
What's up? My name is Colm Dillane. I have a brand called KidSuper. Sometimes I design for it, and other times I'm a magician.
Junior sat down with KidSuper to talk about his creative drive and how he maintains a spark that's equal parts imagination and hard work.
I was super young when I started making t-shirts. So I was like 15, 16 in Brooklyn, selling them in my high school cafeteria. So there was a little bit of like, anything's possible. Please believe in me. When you're starting your own business, it's really hard to know what was right, what's wrong. And I think to this day, I still don't have the answers for most of those things. You often need experts. What I think is quite funny, it's, some brands, the owner is mysterious. You don't know who they are. And some brands, it's the opposite. And for me, there wasn't a potential to be anonymous because being myself was the first way people would buy KidSuper. And I thought there was a lane to pave for someone who was more inclusive and had more fun than the past brand. What was cool is I turned this idea of anything's possible into a physical space that kind of embodied that spirit. And then a lot of people came and used the space, and it led to their success, which was everything I always wanted. Being able to meet people and then support them and watch them grow and then ultimately collaborate along the way. I mean, what's better than that? Music and KidSuper have always been locked. The first person ever to wear KidSuper was Mac Miller, and I had friended all his friends on Facebook. The guy responded and was like, I love it, send us a pack. And so I pack up a box and I bring it, and they're shooting a music video. Mac Miller stops the music video, comes over and was like, you're the t-shirt kids, and puts it all on and da-da-da. And his energy, enthusiasm was through the roof. And I was like, wow, this is why this kid's so successful. So I gave him all these clothes, and 3 months later, he dropped Blue Slide Park, which was his first debut album. For the press pictures of him, he was wearing my hat, or my hat was on the cover of iTunes. And I remember being like, Mom, we're on the cover of iTunes, we made it. That was a pretty surreal moment.
Surreal is correct. Artists like the late Mac Miller and New York's The Underachievers and Joey Bada made KidSuper a streetwear staple. After a number of self-produced shows during Paris Fashion Week, he finally got his opportunity at the big leagues. And then the pandemic hit, so he went virtual.
I had known instantly that I always wanted to do a stop-motion fashion show. What I love about claymation is it takes inanimate objects and gives them life. And I think that is the best description of what I want KidSuper to be. So you can make anything have life, or you can make anything amazing, or you can turn anything into something. Wow, this is my first time really in Paris Fashion Week, and then I'm gonna come with dolls, which no one's ever done. I was like, this is the most KidSuper moment ever.
Over the years, the young brand has evolved from fashion to television to high-profile collaborations, a true testament to KidSuper's ethos of anything's possible.
One of my first t-shirts was just KidSuper on the chest in lobster font, which is probably the worst design t-shirt ever. The anything possible was really the fundamental belief of it, because I had to kind of think that way because it really seemed very impossible at the time. So what was great about KidSuper was just connecting me with different people, and from there opening up doors. This Puma collection, right, was huge for me because not only did I get a global shoe, my first truly worldwide collaboration, but I got a soccer cleat, which I always wanted. I got Hector Bellerin of Arsenal to wear it, which is a dream, more than a dream come true.
As KidSuper grows, Colm is excited to expand his creative expertise while keeping true to the brand's core of thinking outside the box and endless opportunities.
The brand has always been kind of a catalyst to new things. I think it's limitless. It can be KidSuper clothing, KidSuper music, KidSuper media, KidSuper candy, KidSuper bodega. Since it's built on the idea that anything's possible, it kind of allows me to do anything. And that was and what is so exciting about KidSuper. I get to constantly be evolving and doing new things.
I'm Delisa with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music.